Hello YouTube, welcome back to PanzerCorps, the Afrika Corps campaign. This is Malta. I think this is the 7th scenario in this campaign. I'm not exactly sure, I apologize if I got that wrong. Anyway, we are doing a replay here, and probably most of the ones that you'll see after this will just be replays. A lot of saving and loading and things like that, and a lot of people that I've talked to, they try to play it where they're not saving and loading and stuff, but I just find that to be very hard to get good RNG on the Afrika Corps campaign. Typically, I just get completely wrecked on RNG, and I do let a lot of it go anyway. So, the thing is, even though I do save and load, I still do take some losses that are not perfect, because I realize that eventually you just have to take your beatings and keep going. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this replay started, and I'll show you. I believe I still am able to get a decisive victory on this map, although I don't really remember, so let's find out. It's been a while. I've got a bunch of these coming up, so hopefully I'll get this one and a few others uploaded here real soon. So, just going to get our aircraft all deployed here. And of course our troops as well. So the light cruiser's been destroyed. Now, they do have quite a naval presence in this game, and they tell you that. It's not like it's a secret. They do say that you're going to have to defeat the British Navy that's trying to escape, although I'm not exactly sure why they would be trying to escape the German-Italian naval force, mostly Italian, because the Italian Navy was nowhere near as large or as competent as the British Navy at the time. So I'm kind of interested why they would do. I guess they're trapped or something, so they can't maybe get any supplies. You're going to trap them so far back that they wouldn't be able to get out of there, I'm guessing is what they're trying to get at. That would make sense, because no matter how strong a navy is, if it can't get any supplies or if it runs out of fuel or both, it's over. So just moving up here. The right side of that over there, let me pause this for just a second. Come on, let me pause. Okay. As you could see, they don't have a ton of equipment over here, but they do have an anti-aircraft gun, they do have an artillery gun, and a few infantry units. So what I'm doing is, instead of landing over here, which is potentially dangerous with this Matilda here, I'm going to land over here in the hopes that I'll have a better landing situation. And to be quite honest with you, it's not really that good. So the good news is they don't have a ton of aircraft. They've got a couple of Hurricanes. I feel like they had more than that. Oh, there we go. So there's 3 Hurricanes here. This Hurricane will undoubtedly attack this. Possibly here. Will get destroyed too. There could also be some more stuff back here. There is. So this is the fleet that I was telling you about that's trying to escape. That's why they're highlighted, because they're actual objectives. So this is a convoy, not a fleet. I'm sorry. I mean, it is pretty much a fleet when you've got 2 heavy cruisers, a battleship, 2 light cruisers, and 3 destroyers. That's a lot of equipment to lose. Anytime you lose a battleship, that would be a big deal. So anyway, let's get going back into this. And it's kind of like the Afrika Corps, if you think about it, is just undoubtedly hard on Field Marshal. And it kind of gives you more respect for Rommel, the man that was responsible for the early victories in the African campaign, and really holding out as long as he could against overwhelming, I should say, American superiority. And he did the best he could with very little supplies. He was virtually without any kind of supplies coming in from the ocean because the British had basically cut him off, using Malta a lot of times, which is the whole point of this mission in particular. So we're taking a hammering here. Trying to prevent our landings here as best they can. Not doing too bad of a job, really. So here you go. This is the game telling me while I'm in it that they have a strong naval presence and that they want us to destroy them. It's not going to say that this turn. I think it says it next turn when they get a little closer. We want to destroy that coastal gun because that coastal gun really puts a hamper on everything we try to do. So right there was a good example. I could have loaded again and got that battleship to shoot better. I chose not to. And it really, I would have almost guaranteedly got a better result than that. Sneeze there. Thank you. And, okay, so we're picking on the Hurricanes. We're trying to get them out of the way right away. Did get a unit or two on the beaches there. Moving the rest of our forces over, trying to get the advantage. That's our Italian fighter that we've had since the beginning of the campaign. Still alive. Staying alive. Okay, moving up here. Again, just trying to get in, land as quick as possible. I will tell you guys, any mission, any scenario rather, I like to call them missions, they're scenarios, that you have to use amphibious landings is going to be very hard for you, because any landing that you try to attempt is usually blocked, or they have a superior naval presence, something that will really give you a hard time. Okay, our destroyer's getting shot up by their battleship. That's not too good. That is our flame tank taking a beating there. Got some pioneers guarding that town there, trying to kill our artillery and failing. That is a non-core unit artillery, so if it did get destroyed it would kind of suck, but it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so here you go. Intelligence reports that the convoy is trying to leave the area. Prevent their escape. Locate and sink the convoy. So I think it's funny how the game says the mission objectives have changed. I don't really see them as being changed more than added to. I think that would have been a better way of putting it, because your objectives are still exactly the same, except you have to get an extra objective. So I guess technically they changed, but it's more like they added one rather than changed. So we're trying to destroy this artillery unit that's right in our way. Used our Panzer III in to take care of him. Finally, our destroyer got rid of that submarine before he himself was destroyed. We're going to protect our bomber up there, our Ju-88, with our fighter. Really, we want to force this guy out if we can. Unfortunately, we weren't able to. He is out of ammo, however, after this shot, so he's only going to get one more shot at destroying that artillery before it's too late. And this patch that I have, this newest patch that came out this year, I have noticed that tanks are better against pillboxes than infantry. And it used to be the opposite. At least when I was playing the older patch, it felt like it was the opposite. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I just wasn't doing it right. I don't know. But I've been playing the harder difficulties and really making an effort to learn more about this game. And I've noticed that the tanks are way better, especially tank destroyers, anti-tank. Anti-tank destroyers are way better at destroying pillboxes than they were before. So that's pretty cool. So here's the convoy trying to approach our ships. They did destroy one of our destroyers, not too big deal. Unfortunately, they do have another, I believe this is what, a Hurricane? No, that was a Spitfire. It's funny because I was thinking that as I said it, but then I said the wrong one. Okay. So we're trying to get rid of this bunker here to open up this hole a little better. attacking into the Pioneers, get them to relieve these guys. Okay. Actually, it looked like that was their turn. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Either way, that was beneficial to us, regardless of whatever they were doing. The good thing is, no matter what the difficulty, the computer does not... Either they don't have the ability to, or they don't actually do it. They don't reinforce like crazy. And that makes a pretty large difference. If they were to do what you would typically do, which is just reinforce everything all the time, this game would be way harder. So one of our 109s took some damage there. Okay, he got attack +1, that's pretty good. 0 damage on the 3N on the anti-aircraft gun there. Still alive though, he made it out of there alive. Just retreating those guys a bit so that they don't get killed. Finally took out that pillbox. Our 3N dealing a pretty massive blow to that infantry unit there. And we destroyed them. Captured the airfield, which is really big deal. That was enormously good. The flame tank attacking into the airborne unit here, losing 70% or 7 men. Our Italian fighter dealing some damage here. Another artillery shot. See if we can get him to surrender. Didn't need to, he's dead anyway. Defense +1 is very good. Can't relieve the Grant yet, but we're trying to. That's one thing that I think would have been a lot cooler in the original PanzerCorps campaign, is to have the ability to capture units. It would have been really neat. You know, like capture Soviet tanks or artillery or whatever. That would have been really neat. Okay. Didn't get lucky there. Wow, that hurt. That wasn't particularly very good, but we'll stick with it and just keep going. Trying to bomb these guys back into the Stone Age here. Doing a pretty damn good job of it. This is a retreating Hurricane here, or is that the... No, that's the Spitfire. I keep calling it Hurricane. That was the Spitfire. He's now dead. 2 kills from a weakened BF-109. Still trying to relieve that Grant from that position. Looks like we will get it here. Our Pioneers, though weak, can deal the crushing death blow that we needed. Get rid of that airborne infantry there. That's a pretty massive attack there. Lost another 5 strength, so he's down to 3. 8 killed on the anti-tank, or I'm sorry, the anti-aircraft gun. Couldn't get him destroyed, but that 3N, that SE unit did very, very well. Tried to get lucky with the bomber. Fortunately, it didn't happen. Trying to get rid of this artillery now, because that artillery is really horrible. So artillery in this game is very, very important, because it protects your men from getting destroyed easily, especially against a superior tank. Really makes a big difference. Submarine dealing some damage on the light cruiser. Yeah, that didn't go too well there with the heavy cruiser. Wow, 2 versus 1, the destroyer actually pulled it off. Okay, we gotta dig these guys out of these towns now. 6 versus 3 is very good. And he's destroyed. Machine gun group there. Oh, hello. Destroyed the anti-tank, or the anti-aircraft gun. However, we did get surprised. I should have known that unit was there, but I must have forgot. Moving this guy up to take care of the light cruiser. Here's another Spitfire trying to ruin our day. And I believe that's the last of their fleet. Except for that light destroyer, or light cruiser at the top there. Rearming and fueling our aircraft. And he moved his artillery piece into an anti-tank gun. It's interesting they can do that. The German guns do not do that. And in addition to that, that is a new patch deal. In the old patch, they couldn't move those artillery pieces into... They couldn't convert them into anti-tank pieces like they do in this new patch. And it's perfectly fair. You could have done that in war. You could use it as an anti-tank piece. It's perfectly possible. Although annoying, it sometimes benefits you. Usually you get screwed because of it, but if you're smart, you can find ways around that. So we're just hammering the shoreline so that we can get these guys dug out. When they have a lot of... oh, there's that light cruiser destroyed. When they have a lot of entrenchment, even a small unit that's not very... let's say you have a light cruiser that only has 2 health, even he will help you dig them out, so it's always a good idea. So got some artillery back here still. Trying to take out our pioneers. He failed. Did not even get a single kill. Now his pioneers have taken massive damage. Gonna have to try to do that a little bit differently there. So trying to pick on our 3 in here. Didn't work too well, but it did work. Additional resources is award for sinking the Allied fleet. There you go. So we did get like 4K prestige for that. Again, we're trying to get that entrenchment down. Oh, wow, that was beautiful. So destroyed the entire unit there. That's a pretty big deal. Attacking into this Spitfire. Destroying him, wow, with those 2 anti-aircraft guns. That was pretty amazing. Our Italian fighter here is going to help us out. And we destroy... That'll probably be the last of their air force there. Taking away yet another airfield. The Grant inflicting a 60% damage hit. That's a big deal. And our Panzer 4G finishing them off. Kind of a weak attack there on the entrenched infantry unit, but we do manage to dig them out. We capture the town with our anti-tank Stug. So Stug 3, I believe. I think they classify one as artillery and that one that I have as an anti-tank gun, so kind of interesting. The 3N takes a shot at the scout car, and so do our pioneers. Tried to destroy that pioneer infantry, but couldn't quite get it. The retaliation fire here. Not too bad so far. Almost killed himself. Oh, got in behind our artillery there with that scout car. That's not good. Okay, we're bringing these guys back into the fight. This is a Vickers. He was destroyed by the 3-in with just one shot. Pioneers taking some artillery damage, but they do successfully rout the scout car here. We want to hit the Pioneers because they are so suppressed from trying to reorganize. It's always good to do that. Again, digging out the artillery. What's his entrenchment? 1, so after this he has 0 entrenchment. And destroying him in the process with the flame. Anticipating I would no longer need them, I retreated out of there. Using all of our strategic bombers here to our advantage. There you go, that's a perfect example of how good those anti-tank guns can be with the Stug. Infantry still dug along that line there, along that road, so we're going to have to dig them out. Pretty good hit there. No damage from the artillery, which is good. Rugged defense. 0 killed on our side with 6 on theirs. That's a big deal. Pioneers also dealing 6 to the 2 that they dealt us. Unfortunately, he moved back into the town, taking a shot at our artillery. Still has 5 entrenchment here. 4 entrenchment. We're going to give a shot with our flame. Did kill 99% of them there. Oh, what? Couldn't get that last kill. Gonna take the PanzerCorps here to get that kill, and he did get a rugged defense multiplier. That's the odd luck I have with the Field Marshal in the Afrika Corps, is just you don't have any luck, you just get screwed. Okay, so pretty decent job by the mountain unit there. The Stug could not finish the job. We will try to take him out with the 109. Did not get him. Of course, since we saw the artillery unit again, we're going to attack him. Another critical blow dealt to a machine gun unit. Just trying to soften them up as best we can here. Finally, we get to shoot at the artillery that's been hitting us so terribly hard. And we did get rid of him finally. Ooh, that was a good hit on the infantry unit at the top there in the north. He retreated the wrong way, though. We really didn't want him to retreat that way. We landed our airborne group, which was a Nebelwerfer. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Very good against infantry, pretty poor against tanks. Okay. Oh, I take that back. We do have another aircraft unit. This is another Spitfire. They destroyed our 1-strength destroyer there. He wasn't very useful anyway, so I'm not worried about it. 5 killed to 2 on our Pioneers. 3 and 2 on our Panzer. Was this a 4G? No, it's a 3L. Taking pretty heavy damage there. The Grant also sustaining massive damage. Wow, that was a good hit by the destroyer there. 2 killed to 1. 0 killed, but we're getting rid of that entrenchment quickly. That's 3 more destroyed. Trying to attack the Spitfire with our anti-aircraft here. Oh wow, that was pretty terrible. That was also pretty terrible. That entrenchment gives you a pretty high percentage chance that you'll get that rugged defense like that. We're going to take the Spitfire out. Going to take some casualties while doing it. Wow, that was terrible. Also terrible. Move some of our larger ships down to help us here. Never mind, maybe we won't get that Spitfire destroyed. Absolutely devastating attack on that Pioneer infantry. Destroyed them completely and gave us a defense modifier. Anti-tank gun. Not a good fight for us, but we did manage to do pretty good. Took some casualties, but we needed to get rid of him as soon as possible. Finally, the northern part, our city we needed to take, we did actually take it. And the last city on this island has been captured that we needed to capture. However, capturing other towns and cities and airfields will sometimes give us some bonuses. So we're going to take that airfield at the top with the 3 in. See what we get out of that, if anything. Sometimes we get stuff. Still taking some damage from that anti-aircraft there. Pretty fair exchange mostly for that. No ammunition, so he couldn't shoot back. Oh, destroying himself with that attack. So new equipment has been acquired. That is the Spitfire here. This is a captured Spitfire. Finally destroying that pesky little Pioneer infantry. And we are now moving down toward that last town or city down here. The anti-aircraft guns, in case you guys are somewhat new or you just thought that this was cool, are not capable of retaking towns. I don't know why that is, but they are not capable. Rearming and refueling here. Bringing out the big guns. And this will give us a minor casualty, but their entrenchment has been completely removed. They will no longer be able to resist attacks from us as easily. Taking our Stug against their Matilda, and that is actually a favorable matchup for us, in which we lost 1 to their 5. Matildas, if you've been watching this, or if you know anything about PanzerCorps, or even Panzer General 2 for that matter, they are very difficult to destroy. Getting some help from a non-core unit to destroy the man guarding the airfield. And he's been taken out now. Attacking this protective artillery back here. Bring him down to half health. He did hit our infantry, or I'm sorry, artillery there, but it's not that big of a deal. That kind of was a bummer. Again, just making sure this guy is completely suppressed. He did build up his entrenchment again. It's now gone. He's also almost out of ammunition because of the Ju-88 that bombed him. There is a chance, although I don't know exactly how it works, that it will destroy their ammo caches and basically put you in a situation where you need ammunition. So again, attacking the Matilda. He did get reinforced that last turn. That's a perfect example of how tough they are. Double his strength, and it is a a tank that has decent anti-tank capabilities, still didn't do 1 damage to him. So our Panzer 4G here got +1 defense by destroying the artillery. Trying to bomb this airborne unit out of that key city there. The Grant's going to go ahead and finish him off for 6. This machine gun unit will not survive this turn. There we go. Let our flame tanks deal the damage there. Dealing some pretty decent damage with our artillery there. And our light cruiser, as a matter of fact. This will be a reinforcement turn, though. Another Stug shot at the Matilda, bringing it down to 3. And finally taking it out with our other Stug. 7. Wow, that was pretty devastating on the Vickers there. Completely destroying him. Continuing to move forward here. We're almost to the end. We only have 2 more turns, so we have to really hurry and get our men down here as quickly as possible. And at this point I need to start working on these guys in order to get them dug out. The artillery protecting them is really the most dangerous portion of this, so that's why you'll see me shooting at him and not these others. Since my destroyers cannot reach these guys anyway, I decided to bring them back and have them shoot at this Pioneer infantry. Haven't routed them yet, but we're almost there. So he retreated and was destroyed. So 1 more key city to go, and we have our decisive victory if we can do that in 3 turns. I guess it'd be 2 turns, technically. 3 including this one. Now I don't need to take this city or kill these men, but I've decided I wanted to for the extra prestige, and there's also a possibility, and I don't know which ones give me more, what's the word I'm looking for? More captured units, I have no idea, but I figured I'd take this just in case. Stug running out of ammo on this turn. Taking some pretty heavy anti-tank shots here. But in the end, not too bad, he survived, and that's good enough. Wasn't the best position there for him, but we made it work. Trying to get these guys encircled here. Dealing 50% damage to that anti-tank unit there is a pretty big deal. The 2-pounder. He might surrender here. Nope. Continued the fight to the bitter end. And now we have access to the artillery unit through that gap. Unless he moves his infantry, which would not be smart. Although, if it was me, I might do that just to try to slow down the advance. Okay. Trying to soften up this guy for our attack here. He only took 3, but we took none, so that's not bad. They will lose 4 here, and we will lose 3. I actually destroyed the Pioneer unit there. Wow, that's pretty impressive. So, although we did lose 2, we did destroy them. Trying to take care of this last unit here, and we did it. Now, sometimes I wonder if it's worth it to really do that, but the experience that you gain and the money that you gain, I don't know if it offsets it or not. I kind of feel like it probably doesn't. Ooh, we just lost a Stug. That wasn't too good. So we just lost one of our Stugs. That's really bad. That was one hell of an attack by that Pioneer unit. Now we're spreading the joy here with our ships. This is the last turn to get a decisive victory, so we need to get a lot of these guys. There's a good shot. That was excellent. destroying that Pioneer unit that dealt us a severe blow. Almost destroying the anti-aircraft unit protecting their artillery. Not quite, though. That was a pretty decent blow, considering the artillery attack that came before it. Destroyed it with the flame tank. That was really good also. Artillery is now gone as well. Did manage to capture the city here and destroy the anti-aircraft. So we'll have to see what happens. The reason I'm doing this attack, even though it's probably not the best thing to do, is I want that infantry unit to be protected. There's our freshly captured Spitfire, giving us some support. Killed 2 there, pretty good. Killing 4 there was a big deal because he will basically be useless now. Rugged defense, oh boy, that's it. Game over. There's a brilliant victory. Or decisive victory, I should say. Sorry, brilliant victory is Panzer General 2. So there you go, guys. Decisive victory in Malta. You don't even have to play this campaign if you don't want to. You can actually skip the entire, or not campaign, but scenario, and go straight to the next one. You don't have to if you don't want to. I chose to because I feel like my options were better doing this. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, share, tell your friends, all that good stuff. And of course, subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Please have a good one.